one, similar to what we looked at last week, we're given our differential equation, dy dx equals y minus 1 all over x squared. And first part, we want to sketch a graph of the slope field using that differential equation. We're not given a table like we were on the packet last week, so we're going to have to kind of make our own. And the way I'm going to do this is a little bit different than a normal table. I'm going to put on top all of our x values that we're dealing with, and on the side I'm going to do the y values. In the middle I'm going to put all the dy dx values, the slopes that we get. So for the x's, notice there are no points when x is 0 because we can't divide by 0. So up here I'm going to put in -1, 1, and 2. Right, those are the x values where we have dots to graph the slopes. And then for the y values I'm going to put in 2, 1, and 0. Now the nice reason for setting it up this way, right here I've got my x and my y. I put my slope here, that's going to go to this point. Right, the slope that goes here goes to this point, so you can kind of line it up with those dots. So our first one, we're going to put -1 in for x, so -1 squared, just going to give us 1 in the denominator. Put 2 in for y, we get 1 on top, so we get 1 divided by 1, which is just 1. Alright, put 1 in for x, we get 1 in the bottom. Put 2 in for y again, still going to be 1 on top, so we get 1. And still going to have 1 on top because we're still putting 2 in for y. Put 2 in the bottom, we're going to get 4 down there, so we get a slope of 1/4. So we can figure out all the slopes and then graph them or do it however you want. I'm going to go ahead and just graph these for right now. So at -1, 2, this point right here, we have a slope of 1. So really you're just going up 1 over 1. We don't have like the graph like we did before. We have like little boxes. You can just kind of estimate up 1 over 1 and then make your slope. Same here, we're going up 1 over 1, make your slope. 1/4, we're going to go up 1 over 4 and make your slope. So you get a better kind of estimation. It doesn't have to be perfect by any means, but you get a better estimation of what the slope should look like. And we can fill these out. We're going to put -1 in for x. Still going to be 1 on the bottom. Put 1 on the top. We're going to get 0. Every one of these where we have y equals 1, the top is going to be 0. So these all have a slope of 0. So those are nice and easy. And then the last one, if we put 0 in for y, we're going to get -1 on top. Put -1 on the bottom, we're going to get 1 on the bottom, so we get a slope of -1. We get -1 on top again, 1 on the bottom, we get a slope of -1. And then our last one, we get a slope of -1/4. So if we graph these, we're going down 1 over 1, down 1 over 1, and then down 1 over 4. That, but